Hi, my name is
Go
Veronica.
ahead. Yes.
Yeah, can I start it? Yeah.
Yes, please go
Right.
ahead.
My name is Veronica, and um, I am doing my C3 right now, and I have found C2 very challenging, overwhelming because of those like 20 modules, and it took me a whole year to start it to study. Like, and
What does it mean? What does that mean? It took you a whole year.
so
I'm not
basically, I
understanding.
purchased the course, and I had
Uh-huh.
it in my, and I didn't open it. I was like, I was so, kind of like, where do I start? How do I start? And all these things. So then I told you a little bit in the message that I found somebody who was basically coaching and helping us how to kind of like break it down. And, he offered us also the questions, which he said it are very similar to the actual exam. So then he kind of like helped us to lead us, but obviously all the work and research and everything was on us because he told us very just little information. And I wasn't even processing them. So I was even studying on my own like a month after I finished his classes, right? So it took me a while, and I did it past like I had a 75, so I barely passed. But
Yeah, that was C1, course one,
C2, C2.
C2. How did you do C1?
C1, I failed. I failed a couple of times. So that's why basically I
How
was,
many attempts? How many attempts?
how many times?
Yeah, did you have to pay for the course again?
Yes, I did. I did have to pay because
Wow.
yeah. So that was my scary part, why I took that long to start C2 on my own. So then I was
So,
like, okay, I'm gonna invest in this guy and help me. I don't know if that was his help or if that was like my approach, how I kind of like went. It was like a little bit of both, I would say.
I see.
Um,
Um, how
but
long did it take you go from beginning the course? I know you hesitated for 1 year.
yeah.
From beginning of the course to where you are now, C3. How long did it take you?
So right now my deadline is August. So basically, like my 2-year deadline is gonna be in August. So basically, it took me almost 1.5 years, I would say.
1.5 years. Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
So 1.5 years in
yeah,
real estate, that's a lot of income that you're losing,
yeah. I
right?
know.
Potential income. Yes. Okay. All right. That's very interesting, Veronica. I really appreciate you sharing that. I'm going to share my story at the end. I think I've already shared a little bit on my Facebook, but I'll share a little bit of my story. I'll be about 5 minutes on that. We'll probably be finished around 9 o'clock. So
Amazing.
we have, yeah, okay. So Veronica, thank you very much for sharing. Anytime you have another question, just put up your hand or just interrupt. This is very free flow. It's a free seminar, brainstorming, networking, and such. Um, who would like to go next? Just a 2 minute. If you don't mind putting on your camera, that would be really helpful. Um, who would like to go next? Just 2 minute introduction, so I know where you're at and what you need. Itoro?
Hi, I'm sorry, Thomas. Please, can I not put on my camera today? I'll
Well,
be
that's
happy
fine.
to
You're
do so in
shy.
the next session.
Sure.
Okay, thank you for understanding. I appreciate it. My name is Ituro Cyril, and thank you so much, Thomas, for putting this up for us and putting your story out there in the group. I am
Is
just
that is that is that Spanish? Is that Spanish?
no, that's the name. It's no, it's a native name from Nigeria. It's
Oh,
Ibibio.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, but the last name Cyril is Greek.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah.
I was just
Are you
curious.
Spanish?
No. I was born in Hamilton, Ontario. My
Mm.
parents are Italian background, but I lived in Argentina and Cuba, so I learned Spanish there. And I actually my Spanish is better than my Italian because I don't speak Italian very much. But my background is Italian. But I was born in Hamilton, Ontario.
That's okay. Buonasera.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, so yeah, I'm a beginner. Like I did register for to start the first class sometime last year, and then I got distracted after I received the material. I didn't continue the program. But 3 months ago, I decided to reactivate the dream to becoming a realtor, and I tried going back into the course, and I got distracted again because of the story that many of us are aware of, the 9 to 5 journey. But last week, I have started back again the course one, right? Because I'm trying to see, I'm giving myself 4 months. I'm putting that pressure on myself to want to finish this between 4 to 6 months. So that's my story, and that's where I am with the process.
Okay, wonderful. So where are you right now?
I just started the course one again.
Okay, when did you start that? Like, are
Humber.
you, have you done any modules yet?
No, I haven't done any modules yet. That's
Okay,
just
all right.
last week. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you, Itoro. Okay, Ope, are you there?
Okay, yeah. Good evening, everybody. My name is Okwe Ade.
Mhm,
I'm from Nigeria.
mhm.
I'm just starting the module, so I'm writing my C1. I hope to write it this month. But it's my first time.
Okay. How long did it take you to go through C1? Just the content.
Well, I started this January,
Okay,
so
three,
I've
three
actually
months.
been I've been busy, in and out, but yeah, I think I just want to do it this month. I want to get it done with. Yeah.
Mhm. That's interesting. So we have two Nigerians here, right? Is that
Yeah.
right? Itoro, you're a
That's
Nigerian
correct.
too? Oh, I had
That's
a
correct.
friend who was a Nigerian. Unfortunately, he passed away. But he introduced me to Fela Kunte, who like the father, and I love that music. I have it on my stream all the time.
Oh,
Are
yeah,
you
Fela
familiar with
Kuti.
Fela Kunte? Yes, I love his
Yes,
music. Yeah.
that's the father
Uh,
of Afrobeat.
oh yes, yeah. Anybody wants to know really good music, Nigerian music? It's called the artist he passed away. His name is Fela Kunte. Amazing Nigerian music. Okay. Thank you. Do you pronounce it Ope?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay. We have Tasmia. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you on the course? Tasmia might be a little bit shy. Do you mind just?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, this is Tasmia. I'm from Asia, especially from Bangladesh.
Oh
So
yes.
I started my course this year in
Mhm.
from January, but I didn't register yet. So I'm planning to register by this month and will go for my course one next month. So now
Okay.
I am trying to understand what will be my strategy, how I can
Mhm.
organize. So I'm in the planning stage. So I would like to gather my information so that I can smoothly do the course. I'm in that stage.
I see. Very good. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you my story,
Yeah.
my background, so everybody knows who I am. Um, uh, Let me start. 1984, I was licensed to sell real estate. Um, that was I was living in Hamilton. I got my real estate license. I think it cost me $300. Mohawk College, and I think I completed part time within 3 months, the whole course. Okay. That was before the internet became king, and we still used, if you believe it, um, the carbon copies. So whenever you are out doing a deal, your fingers would be all black because you'd have 6 copies, and the last copy was the worst, and nobody used it. So I'm from 1984, was licensed. I started with LePage in Burlington, and then I went to Sutton Group in Burlington, and then I worked for Remax later on in Toronto. Um, so 2000, while I was in around 2000, I got involved with working for the government while I was selling real estate and still making six digits as a commercial mediator. I was also a lecturer teaching lawyers how to negotiate, how to persuade, because persuasion and negotiation is very, very key for negotiating in real estate. I was making six figures in real estate, and I was making, case by case, working for the Ministry of the Attorney General, which I'm still there, working on that. Around 2007, I decided to teach in other countries. I ended up in Argentina, in China, and then in Vietnam, where I was teaching negotiation skills to lawyers. I came back 2 years ago to Canada because of health issues, and I thought I could resurrect my I haven't been practicing since 2007. I thought, they'll exempt me because of my 20 years experience. RECO said no. We'll exempt you on 2 of the courses and the practical courses. So I have to take 4 of the courses myself, right? Even though I have 20 years experience. So I was, I registered for the course, and I'm still upset that, I had to pay almost $6,000, including all the exams and everything else. And then I heard it takes people 1 to 2 years for them to do the course. And it actually, I was like Veronica, it took me like 2 months just to even start the course, because I was not very happy that, I felt like it was a money grab. I have a lot of experience as a realtor. I was away for other reasons. And so anyways, I came back and I started the course about a month ago. And while I was teaching negotiation skills and working with, I started in the last 2 years working with artificial intelligence, using that in my work. And I decided to use artificial intelligence to do this course, because I thought, I don't want to read all this stuff, especially when you've been a realtor for 20 years and you see the content and you think, we never had to know any of this stuff. This is just a money grab, Does anybody agree with me on that?
100%.
Yeah. So, I had to pay $6,000. I remember I paid $600 20 years ago, well, more than 20 years ago. And it was very frustrating. So I thought, okay, I'm going to use AI I don't want to read all this stuff. I don't want to waste my time on that. I want to enjoy my time with my family. I have other work that I do. By the way, as a court-appointed mediator, I get paid $200 an hour. But it's not consistent work. It's just case by case. And so I missed selling real estate. I felt like I didn't have to, I was good at it, and I didn't have to work very hard. I believe in working smart, not hard. So when I started joining these study groups, and I see people struggling 1 year, 2 years, and like Veronica having to pay another $800 for a course. I thought, this is not right. This is just a money grab. So I decided, while I'm studying, while I was studying for course 1, I just finished course 1 and I got 84%. But I have to tell you, I went through the content material within 10 days. And while I started the course, I registered for the exam. And within 2 weeks, I passed course 1, okay, using AI. Now, anybody listening there, I was new to the proctoring and the online exam. Don't do it. That was a complete disaster. Don't do it. I recommend, I have to drive 20 kilometers to the center to do in-person tests. Don't take the proctor test, because I was ready for it. You know, when you're really primed and ready to do the test, I'm ready, let's get this done. I had so many technical issues. The customer service was not helpful. It created more stress while I was on the, online. And the customer service, I didn't understand what they were saying. They were speaking very broken English, and you're very stressed, and it just created stress. And I said, no more. I'm just going to go and not do it virtually. They, the proctors were a disaster. I had set, right now I'm sitting on my sofa. I set up, this is where I like to sit. I have a back problem. Well, the proctor says, oh, you can't sit on a sofa. I said, well, it doesn't say anywhere that you're not supposed to sit on a sofa. I'm sitting on a sofa. They made me change my position, create a desk, and sit somewhere else. And even though I have a herniated disc and a back problem. So I found the whole thing a complete farce and a very, very bad experience. So drive wherever you need to go get it done at the center. Okay. Anytime anybody wants to jump in and make any comments. So that was my experience. When I was using, now I've been using AI for 2 years. So I've been very good at prompt engineering. People don't know how to use AI. They think it's like Google. It's not like Google. I believe, when I get my license, I'm going to use it to be a better realtor and to help me in marketing. So the whole journey of using AI, I believe AI is not going to create job losses. It's going to create job losses for those that don't use AI. So I think because I used AI, I was able to do the whole course in 2 weeks and get 84%. Okay. Now I want to tell you an interesting story about how AI helped me. I'm gonna take another sip. Oh, you have a question, Itoro?
Yes, I do have a question. And the question I
Yeah.
have is, would you attribute your success to AI or your past knowledge of the real estate industry?
Virtually nothing from my past history of real estate. Virtually, maybe 10 or 20%. I would say, I would say I saved 80%. Time is money. Number one is I saved time sifting through all the information. I let AI do that. So I would say I was quite surprised that maybe only 20% of the content was related to the work that I did as a realtor. Okay. So 80% was useless, was very useless. So my background helped me about 20%, but I would say the rest of it was AI. I'll give you an
Okay.
example, Itoro.
Okay.
Now AI, there's certain AIs that scour the internet. And when they scour the internet, if you notice all these study groups, they pick up on the comments. Oh, you should study this, and the C1, you should, this is the question I got on my exam. Well, the AI scours the internet for all those tips and all those inputs and has an algorithm for that. Well, I asked AI, what should I expect on a test? What should I study for? And sometimes AI is not 100% accurate. Okay. We all know that. And AI told me, study about smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. Has anybody done, Veronica, do you remember anything about smoke detectors or carbon monoxide in course 1?
Well, I do remember, but not much, because it has been a while.
Okay. But I was shocked because I don't know, as a realtor, I don't remember anything about smoke detectors or what were the laws and with regards to smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. So I thought AI was being hallucinating It was saying something garbage. But, I thought I'd take a chance and study up, and I had to dig through all course one content. Where the heck is the information about smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors? And I found it and I studied it. Okay. I go to the exam. 4 questions were on carbon monoxide detectors and smoke detectors. I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. Had I not studied that, I would have barely passed. You know what I mean? So then I was a firm believer that AI could help me pass the exam. And I want to share this information with you guys. So that's why I'm offering a free seminar. I don't know where this is going to go. I just created a Facebook page. If you guys can like it, I just started in this journey. Like I said, I just started C2, course 2. I'm going to see if I could do everything in 30 days without a rewrite and get a good score. And I think I could do it because I did it in course 1. I know course 2 is much more lengthy, so I know that AI will save me more time. That's the thing that helped me, is AI will help me save time. Why? Because it summarizes the key points. And not only that, I could show you in a future lesson that AI will coach you and throw at you multiple choice questions that are similar to the exam. Now, I'll tell you, how much time, Veronica, how much time did you study for course 1 and course 2? How much time?
So for course 1, it was ongoing. I would not
If you could compress it to 1 day, 2 days, 5 days, if you could compress all your study time, how many days did you study?
I would say like a month.
Every day?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Oh, okay. I don't think anybody else has started the course. Okay. I could tell you that I did it. I started studying on a Friday, and I did it. I studied over an entire weekend. So I would say 3 to 4 days of, I would say 4 to 6 hours a day I studied. Okay. That's all. So I would say 12 to 15 hours of study time. Okay.
It's
Do you think
nothing.
that's a little bit, do you think that will save time?
100%, yeah. Yeah, I love AI, but I don't know your tricks.
Okay. It took me 2 years to learn my tricks. People don't know. I'll tell you, when I started in 1984, there were a lot of, in real estate business, there were a lot of dinosaurs in the business. And the internet started coming around, and there were real estate agents didn't know how to use the internet. Okay. And they got, it's kind of like a Darwinism. They left the industry. They couldn't keep up because they didn't know the internet. They didn't know computers, right? In the 90s. And they were doing everything by hand and carbon copies. And 50% of the realtors couldn't keep up because of the technology. That's just the internet. I believe the same thing is going to happen again, but this time with AI. So I really recommend that if you don't know how to use it, to figure it out, because you're going to be like the dinosaurs from the 1990s who got weaned out of the business. Okay, so let me explain what I'm going to do today. What I want to share will probably take about 3-4 hours to do. We don't have 3-4 hours. Well, I'm going to go with step 1 to help you use AI to how do I say it? Summarize, create study components, and also, if you have time, I can even show you how to do an audio file where you listen to like a podcast of the content.
Amazing.
Okay, so we don't have that much time, but I'll try to go through it as fast as possible. Today, we're going to use one form of AI, and later I'll show you what else is capable of, where AI, this is how I used AI for the entire weekend. AI gave me a question. I would say A, B, C, or D, and it would say yes or wrong. And then AI didn't, when you get an answer key, you just learn, oh, I'm wrong, but you don't know why you're wrong. Well, AI told me exactly why I was wrong and would help me give me study tips so I don't make that same mistake. So you don't want to make a mistake when you're studying and then also make a mistake in the exam. All right. So I'm gonna start with the biggest time saver to start your journey on integrating AI to get you started studying. Okay. I tell you, when I did this, when I started doing this, it made studying fun because I felt like I discovered a hack that nobody knows about. And I thought, I'm going to break the system. Number one, I was really annoyed that, I have to do the whole course again. I was really annoyed that, I'm going to have to waste a year or 2 years studying material. Like I said, that 80% has no relevance to the industry. And I felt it was a money grab. And Veronica, you know that. You have to pay for another course. That makes no sense. It's an online course. It costs Humber nothing to give you that course again. But yet they want to charge you $800. What that is too many real estate agents in the business, and they just want to weed them out.
Make it difficult.
And make it difficult for everybody. So, and I believe in education. I'm a retired educator, but education that is practical. This course content is not practical. It's not. So when I discovered this, I thought, yay, I got a hack against this RECO money grab. And I'll say that, I don't care. I don't want to say anything where they kick me out, but I feel it's my personal belief that it's a money grab. And, I'm not a rich guy, and I feel that, I'm being taken advantage of. Ettore, you have a question?
Oh, probably that was an old hand. I need to drop it.
Say again?
Sorry, I did raise my hand before and then I didn't remember.
Oh, okay, yeah, I
taking
didn't
it
notice.
down.
Oh, yeah, okay, no problem. Thank you. Anytime you stop me, I like to talk. So, you can cut me off anytime. So in a couple of minutes, I'm going to show you what the first step. Okay, I can't tell you everything right now, but I'm planning in the future to do a big group, and and we go in the deep dive of what I did specifically to set up the multiple choice questions. So has anybody used Google Notebook?
Yes,
Anybody?
I do.
Yeah, do you use it? What do you use it for, Itaro?
So I left the Microsoft ecosystem and I've been using Google Notes. I mean, I use it to take down notes, to arrange Word documents.
Okay, maybe I'll talk about the same thing. It's Google Notebook LLM. It's AI.
Oh, I don't know that.
No, I don't know that. Sorry, that means I'm mistaken that for Google Docs.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, I was the same.
Yeah, it's not Google Docs. It's not Google Docs. Not Google Docs. It's about 6 months old. I've been using it for 6 months, and I'll tell you, it's a godsend. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you how to use. It's free. They have a premium version. I didn't, the premium version I think is $26 a month. I think I signed up for a month, but I'm going to cancel because I think the free version is okay. So it's up to you, but the free version worked fine. I didn't see very much difference. Okay, but if you want to pay, I think you could you get 1 month free. Yeah, you can cancel after 1 month or something. But I'm going to share the screen with you, and we're going to go to. Let me see. I'm used to using Zoom. I'm not really used to using. I'm on Google Meet. So just 1 second. Okay, here I am. Okay, does everybody see that? Think smarter, not harder?
Yep.
Yes, we can say that.
Okay, okay. So it's, you could Google it. If I don't need to give you the URL. Go to Notebook LM. Okay, and this is an amazing tool. I'm going to use this in my real estate career. Okay, go to Notebook LM. Okay, you don't have to do it now, but I'm going to go through that with you step by step. Okay, you could take. I recommend taking notes. Okay, later on I will share this video, so in case you forget, but because I'm recording this, but sometimes it doesn't record, and you might want to take some notes. Okay. Does anybody have any questions before we move forward?
No.
Okay, great. So this is good because none of you have heard of this, and I've been using it for 6 months. Okay, it's very simple to use. Well, it took me 30 days to figure out all the how I can really use it most effectively. So I'm going to share that with you. Okay, so it's free. Go to Notebook LM. So I'm going to go there now, and I'm going to go to create new. Do you guys see that?
No, we just
No?
see
Okay.
think smarter, not harder.
Okay, just one second. Okay. Let me see. Like I said, I'm used to Zoom better than this. Okay. 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 I'll go to try notebook. Okay. I'm gonna. Okay. So what? I don't know why it's not showing the same. Okay. I'm gonna stop sharing and just share again because it's not going to the same. Okay.
I think you have to
Okay.
always look at the pages you're going into. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit better, different than Zoom.
I know
So,
it's annoying. It's not
okay.
sharing the
All right.
screen. Yeah, pages.
Okay. Okay. So you see this Welcome Notebook Plus, right? Okay. Actually, I have Notebook Plus. That's I started with the free, but I got Plus for 30 days. Okay. You could do the same. Okay. So sign up for it, and you can cancel after 30 days. So yeah, I'll correct myself. I was using Notebook Plus. Okay. I think it's about the same as the regular version. And you could try it 30 days for free. Okay, so you're on this page. Everybody see this? Welcome to Notebook Plus, and it says create new. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go to create new. Okay, now it's showing it. So you see this page, right? It says upload sources.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So what you want to do when some of you haven't started the course, when you start the course, you will have PDF for each module. You're going to be downloading those PDFs. Okay, does everybody understand?
Yeah.
You'll have a PDF. I don't want to show it to you. Veronica knows what they are, but you'll have a PDF of each module. Okay, so for example, in course 1, I think there were 7 modules, and they're quite long PDFs. Some of them are like 10 or 15 pages. Okay, they're PDF files. So what you want to do is you want to take that PDF file, okay, and you want to upload it. Okay, so I'm here, choose file. Now it only accepts PDF, text, and audio file. Okay, so I'm going to go to choose the file, and I'm going to find my file. My desktop is a little cluttered. Let me see. I'll try to find the module. I'm just going to search for it. I had it on my desktop and it just disappeared. One second. Okay, I found one. I'm going to do course 1, module 3. Okay, I'm uploading it. Okay. Okay, does everybody see that? It's uploading?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's course 1, module 3. Okay, so what you want to do is, as you're going through the course, you want to upload it. So let's say you finish module 1. There's going to be a bunch of tests that you have to go through, and you have to go through all the slides. After you finish it, upload it here and keep it here. All right. If anybody has any questions, stop me. All right. Everybody understand so far?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. So I've uploaded module 3. Okay. So that is, so I could add more sources. So this way it keeps you organized. It keeps you don't have to look for files. Everything is here. Okay. So what I do now is, this is my sources, all my sources that I'm going to use studying. Okay. So now I'm going to go to the chat. Or I'm going to go to, let me see. Yeah, I'll go to over this window. Okay. So this is my source. And what it did, you could add any study notes here. I recommend, if you're taking any notes, write them down here. Anything you learned. So you could add your study notes on there. So it's all into that area. So add any study notes there. Okay. We're going to go here to briefing document. Do you see that? Okay. I'm clicking the briefing document. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to go over this window. Okay. There's this chat area, and then there's this notes area. Okay. I'm going to go to click on here, study guide. Study guide. Okay. And then there's a briefing document and FAQ. So what it would do now, Google Notebook is going to create a study guide. It's going to sift all through this information. There's 10 or 20 pages, and create a study guide for you. And I'm going to use that to study. So I don't have to read through all that stuff. So here I am. It's generating a study guide. Okay. It's doing that now. Okay. Now, here I'm going to do. Okay. Now here's my study guide. Okay. It gives you property ownership rights. It gives you some quizzes to ask yourself quizzes about the content. It gives you the answer key to the quizzes on the PDF file. AI, what it did, it extracted the most important information and created questions for you to remember and understand the material. Okay. It gives you the answers, so you get to study the answers, right? And it gives you, this is important. This is what helped me here. A glossary of key terms. All the definitions right here.
Oh,
At the top, all the definitions from that document. You don't have to dig through them. Right of survivorship. That's a very important. Restricted covenants. Veronica, you know that's important.
I remember all this. Yeah. This is
see what
surface
know for,
like when the whole course, like it's gonna go
everywhere. Yeah, that's very tendency in common, all that. It's all here. If you don't know this, you're gonna fail. Right, Veronica? If you don't know these words, you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So there, you got that, right? So you could keep that. You could include this as a source file. So I could go back, and it says here, convert to source. See that? Everybody see that? Convert to source. What that does is it picks this up and takes it with the PDF. So it puts it together with the PDF. You understand?
Okay.
So all I do is click now, convert to source. And you see what it's doing? It brought it over here into the PDF file. It's combined it with the PDF file. Everybody see that?
Mhm.
All right. So that's the next step. All right. So what I want to do is I want to go back to the studio here, this area here. I want a briefing document. Does everybody know what is a briefing document?
Mm-mm.
Briefing document is kind of like a summary.
Okay.
Okay, it's a summary. The study guide is kind of a summary, but it also gives you questions to help you focus on key areas that you're going to see in the RECO exam. So I click on briefing document. It's going to do the same thing. It's generating a briefing document on the PDF. Okay. Okay, it's ready. There it is. Briefing document. It's basically a summary of everything condensed down to maybe 10 paragraphs. Okay,
Mhm.
10 paragraphs. From 10 pages, you got 10 paragraphs. You got rid of 90% of the reading. Is that good, Veronica?
That's amazing.
Okay, so now what I do, I convert it to source. Veronica, why am I doing that?
Because you will go back to that and you will study that.
Yeah, because it's going to pick that up and
Yeah.
put it as my study material and put
Yeah.
it together into the soup.
Like notes, yeah.
Yeah, like a notes. Okay, so this is a very important step because if you don't do this step, it won't put it into that source file.
Yeah.
So I'm going to click on that, and you see what it's doing over here. It's generating and put it over here in my source file. Okay. Etoro, you have any questions? Anybody have any questions?
No, so far, yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, I don't want to lose anybody. Okay. I see. For me, this is second nature, but for some of you, it's brand new. So, stop me anytime. Okay. So I'm going to go back to the studio, and there's something called, this is very powerful too.
Sorry,
FAQ.
I have a
Yeah.
question.
Yes. Yes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So what is the difference? Because I actually did this on ChatGPT, and I'm just trying to find out what is the outcome? What's the difference? Did you try ChatGPT as well?
I use all 6 of them at the same time. Chat GPT is good for something where this is better for this. You understand?
Okay.
What I
Okay.
will do is I will use this and put it on Chat GPT to create the multiple choice questions. So this doesn't work very well. It doesn't give you as good results in step 1.
Yeah,
This will give you
ChatGPT will not even give you so much multiple questions. It will just refer you to pass it or this other study guide.
not true. Not true. Yeah, not true. That's what I mean. That's not true. ChatGPT is a godsend. It will give you not a okay. The thing is, you have to learn there's Grok, which is scours the internet, okay, for free, okay. Whereas this LLM, Google, does not scour the internet. ChatGPT Premium will scour the internet, but doesn't do a very good job. Grok does the best job, okay. That's under X. I don't find the Microsoft too helpful. I don't use it very often, but there's another one called Claude AI, and Claude AI is another tool. You have to. It's kind of like a Swiss Army knife. A Swiss Army knife. You have different tools that fit best for whatever. And I discovered this through trial error over 2 years of using AI. That specific ones are better for different applications. But this is the best,
I guess so. Yes.
yes, this is the best one to get you started. That's why I'm starting with this. This is a foundation. Okay. But later on in a future lesson, I will show you how it generates multiple choice questions. Okay. Okay. So, but that's a good point. All right. So, have I answered your question?
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay. Great.
Thank
All right. Okay. So, I'm going to click on FAQ, and this is another amazing tool. It's kind of like a summary. It's generating a new note. There's my FAQ. Okay. And it has frequently asked questions about property ownership rights. There it is there. What is concurrent ownership and what are the key differences between joint tenancy and tenancy in common? If you don't know this, you're going to miss out,
A lot.
10 or
Yeah.
20% of the course. Okay. What is an easement? What are the roles of dominant? You don't have to read through so many things, right? This is about 10 no, this is about 8 paragraphs. Okay. Convert it to source. So you've got 3 things. You got briefing document, you got study guide, and you got FAQ. And you put them all over to the source. Okay.
Sorry, can you repeat that again? You go what?
On the studio here, I'm going to go here. Do you see the studio?
Yes.
This section here. There's study guide.
Okay.
Study guide. You click on study guide. You click on briefing document, and you click on FAQ. Timeline is not helpful for me, anyways. You could try it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So now I'm going to show you something very neat after this. A lot of you don't want to sit in front of a computer. What you can now do is take this content and you could create an audio file of a podcast. Can you believe it?
Yes,
podcast.
I do use that as well.
Where do you get that from?
Oh, so I found my daughter. She's always listening to a podcast, so she put it on my phone. So I have some of the courses downloaded on it. So I just listen to it anytime I want to sleep. And
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's not. Well, the thing is, that's a podcast not taken from this content of course 1, module 3. The podcast that you will listen to is specifically for what you're studying, not everything about the whole course. Do you understand?
It's just
The
the summary. Yeah.
podcast, yeah, the podcast that you're listening to is just from this source, just from this PDF. The PDF will be turned into a podcast. Do you understand? So it's not the same thing. Not the same thing.
Okay. But
You understand? Yeah, I know there are podcasts out there, but we're not talking about we're not talking apples with apples. We're talking apples with oranges. The podcast that you will generate is to study exactly this PDF. Do you follow?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay. So now you have the study guide, FAQ, briefing document. All right. So now I go over to Studio. If I can remember how to do it. Now if you want, you could go down here to this chat area and you could ask if you have any questions you don't understand about something. You could ask questions about the PDF that's here or the FAQ. Okay, so I can ask a question. Now it's just like a chat. You're chatting with it. What is the difference between joint tenancy and tenancy and tenancy? Oh, if you make spelling mistakes, okay, in common. Okay, so it will tell you. Okay, so you have any questions? It explains it to you. Joint tenancy, common, gives you a long spiel. And you could copy and paste that, and you could put it in the source file. So if there's any information that you're not clear about, and you want to study more, and you can just go here and refresh it. You could just keep it and put it in the source file. Okay, so at any time you could ask questions. Okay, so that's what this section is a chat. And if you like, this is a good thing. It helps them if it's good response or bad response, or you could copy and paste it. Okay, now let's do the podcast. This is interesting. Okay, so it's we'll go to the deep dive. Okay, so here I'm going to customize audio overview. Okay, I'm going to customize my podcast. What should the AI host focus on? Okay, I'm going to write this in. Okay, you can watch me. Does everybody see what I'm doing here? Where I am? Okay, so I'm going to write down. I'm not sure if this will scour the internet, but later on, I'm going to teach you prompt writing and how to write a prompt. Okay, but I'm going to use just the basic. Okay, I'm going to say you are an expert in the RECO Course 1, Module 3. Okay, so I'm telling AI who he is. Okay, he's an expert. Okay, I want you to focus on having a discussion where I can learn about I can learn the specifically on the glossary. Like you could ask it what to focus on the glossary of definitions and a deep dive on the most common questions found in the RECO Course 1 exam. Okay, so I'm writing that because I don't know if it's going to scour the internet. It might. Okay, but I'm going to put that in there. So I basically saying the most common questions so that I can use the audio output, audio podcast as a study guide. I would say this so that I can obtain a high score. Okay. Now I just see how I was very specific. What is it? You have to tell who the AI is. The AI is an expert. What do I want? I want a glossary, focus on definitions, and also so I can use this as a study guide. Okay, that's all I did. Use plain English. What I want. Who I define who he is. Who am I? I could say I'm a student. I didn't write that in there, but I want to get a high score. Okay. Any questions?
No.
Okay, so I hit generate. I am hitting generate. It's generating. It's generating a podcast on this PDF. So you could listen to it while you're walking around. Okay. It saves a lot of time, Veronica, right?
That's exactly, yeah.
Yeah. See, that's
Always
what AI does. Yeah. AI saves you time.
Yeah.
We all have busy lives. We have full-time. I have job, I'm working, as a mediator. We got other, we want to spend time with our family. Why do I want to spend hours and hours a year studying
Yep.
things that you're not going to eventually use in your real estate.
Plus,
practice.
there is another thing, like in August, there is a changing into the Tressa, right? So they are gonna change the materials as well. So that's
Yeah.
a big thing.
So get your license before then.
That's
okay?
what I wanna do. Yeah, before that,
Yeah.
because then
Follow
it's gonna
me.
be
Follow me.
you
You're in
have to
course
study
3, right?
again everything.
Yeah. Yeah. You're in course 3. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna beat you. I'm in course 1. I'm gonna beat you.
I bet you will. Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
pretty
beat
sure.
you. Okay. I'm gonna finish before you. Okay. So let's have a race. Okay. But
Sounds
it's
good.
generating. Okay. That's what I like. When you network with people, when you meet on a group like this, it kind of motivates you.
It
Oh,
motivates
Veronica
you, yeah.
is, she's passed course 3. She got 90%. I haven't even started, It kind of, motivates you.
You have plus you have a people to what you're talking about. You can
Yeah.
talk about your experience, which is gonna help them. You can add something, like plus you sharing here, which is gonna help us. Like I can share something of mine.
Yes,
all
that's right. Yeah. Okay, so it takes about 3 to 5 minutes. While we're doing that, we're gonna talk a little bit. Anybody have any questions so far? We're gonna listen to this, so you could, a lot of you won't believe how amazing this podcast is. That it's just something you could listen to and you could study. Somebody else said while you're sleeping. But it's a little bit different than what you mentioned. That it's not a podcast about the whole course. It's a podcast about
So-
this specific
so-
thing.
Okay, so the podcast, what I'm trying to explain is the podcast. You can just you put in the podcast what you want to listen to. So you just upload what you want the podcast to,
Okay.
talk to you about. Yes, it's just whatever you want. Put it there. You could just put your module 1,
Okay.
the first part of the module. So that is what I've been doing. So I just upload.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But what program are you using?
Oh, I have to check it. It's on my phone. My daughter just put it there for me because I notice she's always doing that when she's studying for exams. I'll check it and share it.
Yeah. Well, this does the same thing. This does the same thing. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you're using.
And
I thought you. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question. So, the podcast or like the audio, is it also on the free version or is it only on the plus version?
Both versions. Both.
Okay,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. But it has limits. I think I haven't run out of limits, but the free version, I think you might be able to do 1 or 2 a day or something like that. But I never done 1 or 2 more than 1 or 2 a day. So yeah, it's available in both versions. The free version for me is I don't see the difference between the free and the premium. So except that it has limitations as far as how much you can use it. That's the only limitation I see. But that's a good question. Okay, while it's generating there, what I want to do is I'm going to ask as a favor. I'm doing this podcast, this web for free. If you don't mind, sharing this, what I'm sharing with you, I'm gonna put this on a YouTube video. If you could later on, let's keep in touch. I'll be happy to coach you guys whenever you're having problems. Like I said, I'm just starting course 2. If you could share any materials, if you use Passit or something else, please share it with me. But if you could like my page, share this information with others, because eventually I would like to coach people online, how, so they don't have to go through the pain that I did through going through course 1. All right.
Yep.
Any question? Do you have something to say?
No questions, understood.
Okay. All right. So this created 18-minute, 40-second podcasts. Okay. Let's listen to it. I don't know if you could hear what I hear. Tell me if you
Welcome to our deep dive, you guys, into RECO Course 1, Module 3.
Yeah,
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Okay. Listen to this, okay? You could also see the transcript. Do you see the transcript, the live caption?
We're going to really try to help you crush the glossary of terms, and just like the common exam questions you're going to be seeing, so you can pass and understand these core concepts of property ownership. Think of us like your secret weapon to acing this eco exam.
Yeah, what's really cool about this module is that it goes beyond just simple definitions. It lays a groundwork for like your entire real estate career. It'll help you navigate those really tough situations and allow you to advise your clients with confidence.
Okay, awesome. Let's jump into it. So we're starting with estates. That's the different degrees of ownership that you can have at a property. It's kind of like the difference between owning a car outright versus leasing one. Can you kind of explain the key distinctions between the fee simple?
This is
See-
amazing. It's like like everything, whatever audio or whatever you're creating out there, it's always like computer, and
Okay.
it's
Yes.
and this is like humans,
Yes. And,
Okay,
and not
I
only
think-
that, they
I
give
think
you an
it's-
analogy.
I think it's the same thing. So it's Notebook LM. Yeah, that's the one
That's
that my
right.
daughter did on my phone. Yeah.
Well, you've got a smart daughter. You got a smart
Yeah,
daughter.
yeah.
This is new to me. Completely new, yeah.
I'll tell you, it's new to 99% of the people. Okay, it's new. Not only this, the thing I like about this podcast, it gives you analogies. It gives you so you could understand the concepts. It gives you,
Yeah.
it gives you a nice analogy, and it's specific to this. So what you would do is you would make a podcast for every module. So I think in module one, in course one, there was 7 modules. I made a podcast for each one. So each one was 20 minutes, 7 times 20, 140 minutes. Okay. 3 hours of podcasts. Okay. All right. And you could study while you're in the gym. I did this when I was in the treadmill. Okay. I'm listening to it on the treadmill. I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm studying and I'm, exercising, losing my weight, So it's an amazing tool. Okay. So I'll let you listen a little bit more.
And leasehold estates and why understanding this is like crucial for the exam.
Totally. A fee simple estate is like owning a car outright. You have the full bundle of rights associated with that property. So think of it as you own the land, the structures on it, even the space above and below ground. So you have the right to use it, sell it, lease it, or even give it away if you want. On the other hand,
Do you see how they use analogy like owning a car?
Yeah,
outright?
yeah.
So
Examples. Yeah,
you'll remember it. All right.
and a leasehold estate is more like leasing a car. You have the right to use and occupy the property for a specific period of time that's defined in the lease agreement, but you don't own the property outright.
So with the leasehold, you're essentially renting the property for a time frame. And understanding this difference is crucial for the exam because
Exactly, because questions might test your ability to differentiate between scenarios involving fee simple and leasehold ownership. For instance, a question might ask you about the rights and responsibilities of a landlord versus a tenant, or maybe about the process for transferring ownership. And knowing the nuances of each estate is going to be key to answering accurately.
that makes total sense. Now, things get a little bit more interesting when we start talking about those property rights that go beyond what you can see on the ground. I'm talking about things like air rights, surface rights, and even mineral rights. Can you break these down for us, especially since these concepts tend to pop up on the exam quite a bit?
For sure. Yeah. And these rights can trip people up because they're not as tangible as owning the physical land itself. Air rights, for example, are the rights to use the space above your property. Think about skyscrapers that are built directly above railway lines. Developers had to acquire those air rights to even make that happen.
Oh, that's so wild. It really makes you realize that property ownership is like multidimensional. What about surface rights and mineral rights?
Okay. Everybody has an idea, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now what you could do is you see here, you could download it. Okay. And have an MP3. You could download it, put it on your phone and listen to it. You could also change the play. Now, if they're talking too fast, you could change the playback speed to, let's say, why it's not working. You could let's say half the speed. Okay. So
Are those fair game for exam?
no, that's too slow. But you could, yeah. But you could see that you could change the.
Welcome to our deep.
That's too slow. But anyways, I could change it to 0.8, which is a little bit better. Okay. But you could do that yourself. Okay. So any questions?
No questions.
Okay, I'm going to share another screen. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to go to another screen, share another screen. Okay. All right, I just go quickly over my program, what I do. Um, a lot of people waste thousands of dollars on doing these courses and repeating these courses. I'm going to share this document. You could send me your email, email, and I could share you this document. And this is basically a crash course to get your license quickly. You could also scan this. I put it on the Facebook page. If you want to download the a sample test, but in a future meeting, online meeting, I will go through how I do the multiple choice questions. Okay. Today we've been here about an hour now, a little bit longer than I wanted to. But what I want to do, if you could help me, is um, spread the word through the community, and we get a larger group. And maybe I could maybe charge like $10 or something, and it would help in for me to promote this in the group. Like I said, I just started this, and if we could, join my study group and spread the word, I really appreciate it. If you could, don't mind, email me a testimonial, what you think about what I shared with you, and if we could, have a win-win situation. Like I said, I just started with course one, and I'm going to go through this whole journey with everybody, so I could share the pain, so to speak. Um, and any feedback that you have, positive, negative, I'm all ears. All right. Um, does anybody have any questions so far before we say goodbye?
Can we have a hint of how the questions, how we can, is it the same way we could just randomly ask?
No, no. What we need to do is take what we have here and put it on ChatGPT, and that's the next step. That would take about an hour to go through. And what I'd like to do is organize um, another webinar, maybe in a week's time. We could go over that. But right now, she digest this and do this first, and get good at it. And then by next week, if you could share this, we could have a larger group, and I might charge $10 to share that information. Okay. um, How we do the multiple choice questions. That's all I did for 2 days. Asked ChatGPT for the multiple choice questions. So I went into the exams. My mind was in multiple choice question mode. So it was perfect for me. Like I said, I studied no more than one weekend on this. So it's I did everything in 2 weeks. So we could save that for the next time. But I recommend start learning how to use Google LM, and start using that. Some of you have not started the course, so that's a great time to do that. Okay. So I will be probably doing another meeting like this in about a week's time. But in the meantime, please spread the word.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Noted. Will
Yeah.
do.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank
let's keep in touch. Okay.
Definitely.
you. Of
Okay.
course.
Okay. Bye, everyone. Good night, everyone.
Have a good night. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye bye.
you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.